Hello, welcome to Galaxy of the Force, a Star Wars podcast for kids. I'm Joseph and I'm 6 years old. And this is Shay.
I'm Joseph's parent.
We're going to talk about Film 1, The Phantom Menace. As we mentioned in our last episode, Film 4 was actually the first film to come out. Some of you might have thought we'd start with this one, but nah, we're going to start with Film 1, The Phantom Menace. It's called Episode 1 because instead of Film 1, because George Lucas thought instead of films, he'd do episodes. It isn't episodes like long episode size. It's actually longer than normal films. That's what's funny about it.
So we've decided that we're going to look at the Star Wars saga, the Star Wars story, in chronological order.
You might want to tell all our listeners what chronological means.
Well, chronological means in the time order that something happens in. So from the beginning to the end in that time order.
Well, that's very interesting.
Okay, Joseph, tell us, what happens in The Phantom Menace?
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, the peaceful planet of Naboo is under a blockade from the greedy Trade Federation. The Galactic Republic quickly sends Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi to help. They are Jedi Knights, guardians of justice, and masters of the Force, a power that connects all living things. But when Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan arrive, they are attacked by battle droids. The Jedi defend themselves with their lightsabers, but they are outnumbered and must flee the Trade Federation battleship. On Naboo, Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan meet a funny creature named Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar takes them to the underwater city of the Gungans. The Gungan leader, Boss Nass, does not want to help Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan with their mission, but Boss Nass gives them a submarine and allows Jar Jar to guide the Jedi to the royal palace of Naboo. On their way to the planet's core, they are attacked by giant sea creatures. After a narrow escape, the heroes arrive at the royal palace. Queen Amidala is being held hostage by the leader of the Trade Federation, Viceroy Gunray. The Jedi quickly free Queen Amidala and her handmaidens. They race aboard the Queen's royal starship and blast off the course onto the capital of the Republic to get help. Oh no! Federation Vault droids attack the royal starship. A team of astromech droids hurries to repair the ship's shields. A brave droid named R2-D2 saves the day. Most of you out there would like R2-D2. He's quite a cool character. Across the galaxy, the true villain behind the Federation's plot is furious that Queen Amidala has escaped. Darth Sidious is the Sith Lord, an evil master of the dark side of the Force. Darth Sidious orders his apprentice, Darth Maul, to find the Queen Amidala at once. The royal starship's hyperdrive is damaged, so the heroes land on the desert planet Tatooine to make the repairs. Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan and Queen Amidala's handmaiden, Padme, find a new hyperdrive in a local junk shop, but they don't have money to pay Watto the junk leader.
They don't have money to pay who?
Watto the junk leader!
The junk leader?
There's all sorts of things in Star Wars. Padme meets Anakin Skywalker, a slave boy who works in the shop. Anakin can fix anything. He is a skilled pod racer. A sandstorm blows in, so Anakin brings his new friends to his house. They meet his mother, Smee, and the droid that Anakin is building. "Hello, my name is C-3PO, the droid says. Qui-Gon says that the Force is strong in the boy. He thinks Anakin could become a Jedi. Qui-Gon makes a bet with Watto. If Anakin places first in the next pod race, Qui-Gon wins the hyperdrive and the boy's freedom. But if the boy loses, Watto wins the Queen's Royal Starship. During the pod race, Anakin zips and zooms past the competition. The crowd goes wild when he crosses the finish line first. Soon the Royal Starship is repaired. Anakin is sad to leave his mother, but excited to begin his Jedi training. Suddenly, Darth Maul appears, launches a sneak attack. Qui-Gon fights bravely, giving the heroes enough time to blast off the Coruscant. When they arrive on Coruscant, Queen Amidala asks the Republic Senate for help. While Qui-Gon brings Anakin before the Jedi Council, he wants the boy to become a Jedi.
Who does he bring Anakin before?
Yoda.
And on the Jedi Council?
Yeah.
So who all's on the Jedi Council there?
Pardon?
Who all is on the Jedi Council?
There's quite a lot of people.
Can you tell me who some of them are?
Ki-Adi-Mundi, Yaddle, Opo-Rancish, Mace Windu, Yoda. Obi-Wan eventually sits on there. Who else?
Is Qui-Gon on it?
No.
Okay. Right, carry on.
Yoda, a powerful Jedi Master, worries that Anakin has fear in his heart, and fear can cause a Jedi to turn to the dark side. Fear leads to hate. Hate leads to fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering, and suffering leads to the dark side. So, where was I? Yoda, a powerful Jedi Master, worries that Anakin has fear in his heart, and fear can cause a Jedi to turn to the dark side of the Force. Clouded this boy's future is, Yoda says. The Republic refuses to help Queen Amidala, so the heroes return to Naboo to save her people. They ask the Gungans to form an alliance. Padme reveals that she is really Queen Amidala in disguise. Padme begs Boss Nass to help her, and he agrees. They will all fight the Federation together. Padme and the Jedi sneak into the palace. They release the Naboo pilots, who blast off in starfighters and attack the Federation fleet in space. Suddenly, Darth Maul appears. Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan face the villain as Padme and her guards race off to capture the Viceroy. Outside the palace, Jar Jar and the Gungans battle the Trade Federation army. But the Gungans are outnumbered and their shields are no match for thousands of battle droids. To stay safe, Anakin is hiding in an empty Naboo starfighter with R2-D2. All of a sudden, the starfighter takes off and on autopilot, sending Anakin into the middle of a space battle. Anakin uses his amazing pod racer skills to fly into the droid control ship and blow it up. Kaboom! Without the control ship powering them, the battle droids all over Naboo shut down. In the palace, the Jedi fight Darth Maul together, but the Sith Lord is driven by power of anger and hate. Darth Maul strikes down Qui-Gon with his double-sided lightsaber and knocks Obi-Wan into a deep pit. Just when it seems that Obi-Wan is defeated, the Jedi springs into action and destroys Darth Maul with one mighty blow. And in fact, Darth Maul kicks Obi-Wan's lightsaber off the pit. So, as it says, the Jedi springs into action, gets off the pit, he gets Qui-Gon's lightsaber, and then he defeats Darth Maul. So, with Qui-Gon's lightsaber, he gets a new lightsaber in number 2. So, Obi-Wan runs to his master's side. With his last breath, Qui-Gon asks Obi-Wan to train Anakin as a Jedi. The Federation has been defeated. Padme Amidala, Bus Nass, and the people of Naboo celebrate the return to peace. Obi-Wan keeps his promise with Qui-Gon and vows to teach Anakin in the ways of the Force. Anakin's journey to become a Jedi has begun.
Thanks so much, Joseph. Now, let's discuss what we thought about it. So who's your favourite character in The Phantom Menace?
Okay, no one's ever asked me this question before, so it's really hard. So, when I only knew about the Phantom Menace,
Before you'd watched any of the others?
yeah, it's easier to see who my favourite character was then, because I wouldn't know any.
Okay, tell us who your favourite character was then.
It was Qui-Gon Jinn.
Why was Qui-Gon Jinn your favourite character?
Well, because he was the main character, and it also finds it funny because, should I say this or should I save it for another episode?
Tell us now.
Okay, it's also funny that he's the main character, even though he dies in it. He's the only person who dies in it, but he's the main character. That's what's so funny.
Well, the reason why Qui-Gon Jinn is my favourite character is because I find him very perceptive. That means that he sees things that other people don't necessarily notice. For example, he's very perceptive about Anakin, and Qui-Gon Jinn is very keen to see the good in people. So he doesn't look at Anakin and see, oh, he might be a threat when he's older. He looks at Anakin and sees, this is a really special child. And he feels that he has a duty to Anakin and to Anakin's mother as well, to rescue them, to free them from slavery. And he does that for them. Well, manages to do it for Anakin, unfortunately not for his mother. And that's why I really like Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yay, nice one. I like it. I like why you like that. So, we would be thinking, how many stars would you give it out of, well, maybe not stars, what about Naboos? How many Naboos would you give it out of 5? You could tell us or message us.
What about you, Joseph? How many Naboos would you give this film out of 5?
I like it a lot. I don't like to, well, I quite like it. I don't want to be mean, but to those of you who don't really like it. But I quite like it, but those of you who do like it a lot, I'm with you. I give it 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5, excellent. Well, let's see what we think of episode 2 in our next podcast episode.
So, those of you who want to know what the next one is called, it's called Attack of the Clones. You can message us and say what you think it might be about. For example, Attack of the Clones. What are clones?
Leave a message below our podcast and let us know what you think.
So,
thanks for listening, everyone.
bye-bye. See you later.